Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you may be in the world. I'm Sara Jane, and this is Thoughtful Nuggets and Pearls on Gift of Healing TV. Welcome. The topic for this program is the first step to healing. And this really spoke to me, and it came to me as much because of a quote I found. And I'm going to start by reading that. Be the love you never received. Be the acknowledgement you never got. Be the listener you always needed. Look at the younger version of yourself within you and give yourself what it is you always needed. That is the first step to healing. If you want others to see you, you must first see yourself. And for me, that is so true. I suppose it's how I worked. It's, for want of a better way, it's how my healing journey started. Once I'd had the broken jaw and the 6 months of pain and sleepless nights, and realized just all the stuff that hadn't been dealt with in my life and the changes that was so important for me to make. For me, it was, what can I do to help me? And that's where the Reiki came in. The first person you treat when you learn is yourself. And it was, what could I do for me? Brilliant, I can do that for me. And then learning metamorphic technique. To become a practitioner, you have to not only give 50 sessions, well, it was at the time I learned, and receive at least 20 sessions. An amazing technique for helping you to let go of the old unwanted behaviors. So with the Reiki and the metamorphic technique, and then becoming aware of the sound energy, toning, and so many other things that I experienced, or didn't necessarily learn, but did experience, it was, what was I doing for me? And then I became very aware of my inner child. And so that is why that piece spoke so clearly to me, is because that I understood that. I don't know how I understood it, but I did understand it. And so for me, the first step to healing is becoming more aware of yourself, of listening to yourself. And I have done some of that literally within the last week. Something cropped up and I sort of went for a walk in the woods and I spoke to that younger self. But what I would also say is that younger self doesn't have to be a child. I've done an awful lot of child work, but this younger self was 36, 37 years old. And so I was very much, okay, I have to listen to the younger self. And yeah, the younger self, 36, 37, that's over 20 years ago, well over 20 years ago. So it's still a younger self. But there are things that happen as we get older that actually take us back to that hurt, that pain, that trauma as a child. And that's what happened to me. And that was what was important for me to listen to. Our younger self truly wishes to be listened to be understood. And the only one who can really do that for them is ourselves. So the first step to healing is tuning into ourselves, into all aspects of ourselves. In the order those aspects choose to be listened to, they let you know. And this was very much the case less than a week ago. There was an aspect of me that it said, it's time. And I knew when I started that little process that the really younger aspects of me were feeling fine, because I can do what I do now because they are feeling fine. But then to realize that actually it was a 30-something-year-old me that was hurting. And to be able to do that, the only person who can heal you is you. The only person who can heal me is me. However, what so many of us who have stepped along the path of our healing journey and now bring support to support people along that healing journey. And what we do is offer tools that empower your own self-healing. And I suppose, and I hadn't necessarily planned on this, I have no idea what I'm going to say to a certain degree when I start these. But what I'd say is that is one of the reasons I've created Gift of Healing TV, to help people find the different techniques and practices that are out there. Then maybe the practitioner that can support and help them on that healing journey of theirs. Yes, I had lots of support, but the Reiki, the metamorphic technique, the shiatsu and the craniosacral and the reflexology and Dao Yin Tao and so many others that I've experienced have all been part of the journey, and I allow myself to experience those and for those to do for me and empower an aspect within me to help my healing. So is it the technique that heals you, or is it just the energy, the ability that it gives you to wake up and support another aspect of yourself? A hidden aspect, a hurt aspect, a traumatized aspect. And you may hear an awful lot of people talk about the inner child. And absolutely, 100%, I'm one of those. But I've always been very aware that it isn't just about a very younger self. Because to me, it can be about, it's early evening here as I'm recording this. So for me, it could even be the me of this morning. That is a younger aspect of me. So it will come in the time it is meant to. It will let you know, but it won't let you know in a piece of writing, a dear, whatever your name is, dear Sarah, for me, this aspect of you, it's time, I'm trying to let you know. It doesn't do that. And it was just something I was thinking about that just came up for me. It was a conversation I was going to be having later in the day. And I was out for the walk, I was thinking about the conversation, and then it came up. So it can come at you in the most unusual, strange ways. It could be a few words in a song, billboard poster. It could be a conversation you overhear that you've got nothing to do with. It could be absolutely anything. The great place, a great healing place for me is going for walks in nature. So if that resonates with you, of going for a walk, thinking about your past, thinking about things that happened, and see what thoughts come up. If that works for you, then it's worth a try. But it's different for everybody. But it's thinking about you, that first place to start. And there's a beautiful quote, and I'm sure I've shared this before. And when I found this and read it, it almost makes me smile. As traumatized children, we always dreamed that someone would come and save us. We never dreamed that it would, in fact, be ourselves as adults, Alice Little. And it is so true. The only person who can heal you, who can rescue you, who can help you find your life, your strengths, your joy, your happiness is you. But there are those of us out here that can support that within you. So have I done it all myself? No. But have I done the majority of it? Absolutely. And I hope that sharing that has given you some food for thought, that you will take on board some, if not all, that some of what I've said has resonated. That's why I share these. That's why I do all the programs and share them on Gift of Healing TV, meditations, exercises. Go and enjoy them. Every program we have ever done is on the website for you to enjoy free. giftofhealingtv.com. Catch-up pages, they're all there. Next week, we have another thoughtful nuggets and pearls for you. Listen to your inner voice. Take care, be safe, stay well. I hope you will join me again. Love, peace and light. Namaste.